Oh man. Alrighty, so you want me to start her on up? Get the
Yeah. Do
intro
you know
in?
the traditional J Weeks intro?
I
Are you ready
actually
to go?
don't know the no, there's no way I can say it like him,
What
but
is it? Let's come up with this together. All right, welcome everybody. You are looking at three connoisseurs of internet-based content. My name is J Bend, and we here have Mercy and a picture of J Weeks because J Weeks is not actually part of the episode today. But
nope.
we have a picture of him with laser eyes, so enjoy that.
Yes, we do. How's everybody Oh, well, not everybody. How are you doing, J Bend?
I am wonderful.
Nice. I'm living life, and I hope everybody's having a grand old diddly dan day. And let's get right into the topics at hand. The
Well,
whole
actually, I just wanna start out with unfortunately J Weeks was not able to make this episode today. Um so we will be rolling without him.
leave them in the
But
dust.
you can still expect some good conversation and good content here. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he's here in spirit. I mean, I'm looking right at him.
oh yeah,
So
I mean, did you hear that intro? He's obviously here in spirit. He was guiding me through it.
yeah, most definitely. But yep, J Weeks hopefully will be here next week. We'll see. So the whole overview topic of this episode is going to be about partnerships and sponsorships and things of that nature. We're also going to touch just very lightly on like social media driven investments, very lightly. So let's get right into it, Jay Ben. I know that you have a lot more knowledge about the sponsorships and partnerships, because of Front and your history. So why don't you start her on off for us?
Yeah, so I guess what I envisioned this episode to be is kind of just getting into everything that involves partnerships. You know, how you can get one, what you want to exactly look for when you're going into a partnership, what is going to benefit you versus what they're looking for benefits in the end, and kind of I want to get into a little bit with the contracts with them, and what you should look for in these contracts and what is gonna, like, how you should read through them and what you should see as your legal options within these contracts as well. So I guess for starters, I'm not personally sponsored myself. I do help to run an organization called Team Front, and we are sponsored by GFuel, and we do have some unnamed sponsorships that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, that we just recently signed contracts with. So
Leak it,
um,
leak it.
can't leak. But yeah, so we've done quite the work with different partnerships, and I've also just, you know being around the content scene and everything. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter announcing partnerships with people. I've had people talk to me about, if they should do this versus if they shouldn't. So I've had a good amount of, I guess, knowledge with it, um, and what you should kind of look for. So Mercy, have you ever had anybody, I guess, like, have you ever looked into partnering with any companies personally, or
Well, I mean,
um
I've been like a part of a couple teams that were sponsored, but other than that, I actually am like partnered with one website, and I guess it's not like a real serious website. It's like basically like a drop. When I looked more into it, it's like a drop shipping website. But the person did like hit me up on Instagram, gave me like my own like code, and it's for a Sniper Wolf. It's actually in my bio. If anybody wants to go on over there, you can use code Mercy, and I think you get like 15% off. But other than that, like that's like something stupid. And actually, I did get like four or five like people. Only one person that I knew of like in real life ordered from it. Four random people actually used it. So like that was pretty cool. But other than that, no, I'm not partnered right now with any other bigger company. Just that little shit drop shipping website. But what about you?
gotcha.
Like, have you actually, um, what was I gonna say? Like, have you actually been a part of the G Fuel contract or like negotiation? Because I didn't even think it was a negotiation. I really thought it was like, if you're a team and you're small, like this is what you get, and that's kind of it. I didn't even think that you had the option to, negotiate anything with these big companies.
So really with any partnership, you do have the option to negotiate anything. They're going to send you a contract over, and you have the option to negotiate anything on that contract because obviously in the end you're the one that's signing it. So us as an organization, we signed that. I wasn't involved in the GFuel one at all because that was before the time that I became a part of the organization. But I did handle the ones that are upcoming. I helped out with those ones and looked into it a bit. Um, so as far as personally, and not with organizations, I mean, I don't make much content myself by any means. I really don't make any content right now. I hopefully in the future will be. But I have had different random sponsors hit me up on Twitter and be like, "Hey, are you, interested in this?" And I've seen a lot of other people as well get those same messages if they're a very small creator, if they're very small in views and stuff like that. There will be companies that will hit you up along the way. But so I guess the main thing that I want to get into this with is you need to kind of figure out what are the good partnerships for you versus which are the ones that are, not going to do anything for you. So I've had
Like
some
mine.
from say like yeah, I've had PC companies hit me up before. And they'll be like, "Hey, we build PCs. We'll give you this discount code where you can order stuff off of us and use the code to, you know, promote to other people as well. And we can give you discounts on this, that, and the other thing." But like in the end, you actually look at it and it's like they're making a profit off of anything that you order with your discount code because it's not enough of a discount. And then when you go and you promote that code to other people, it's either the commission is so low that it's not worth doing anything for it, or you're not making any commission at all.
You,
So it just ends up in the long run, it's you promoting them, but you not getting back
yeah.
anything on your side. So
That's literally what I was gonna say. Is like at that point, it's not even like when you think of a sponsorship or a partnership, like you think like you promote the code and stuff, and like you just kind of like get the money. But like these companies kind of are using you, like thinking that you're small, and like chances are you're gonna go out and like push people that to be like, oh yo, order your PC from here. So like they're technically getting you to work for them for free almost. Like if you really think about it,
yeah,
like you're gonna get them a $1,200 PC sale, and you're gonna get like $7 out of it. It's like piss nothing to them. So, and you think it's like dope as hell, but they made like $400 off of it. So and I bet you they got tens of thousands of these people with all their personal, just like with me, with personalized codes and stuff like that. And in the moment, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, but then once I realized it was a drop shipping website, it's just, it is what it is.
yeah, and that's what tends to happen with a lot of the smaller companies. They're just mainly looking for people to promote them. They're looking to get themselves bigger, and they're not really looking to give you anything. Um, but then again, there is some better smaller companies that you can look into as well. Like I know, for instance, Sizzle Popcorn is one of them that has sponsored some people that I know, and I've heard that they're pretty good on their end. Like if you promote their code, or I mean, you promote your code for them, you make your decent commission on it. And they give you pretty good discounts. The other thing to look for
For
with some of these
popcorn,
too, yeah, it's literally
people are ordering
it's
popcorn online. Are you serious?
yes, yeah, they make all different. They like make hot sauce flavors. They make ketchup flavored. There's all these
Really?
different flavors to it. Yeah, so I personally have never had it before, but it almost works kind of in the way of G Fuel as well. It's the same kind of thing. Obviously, completely different products, but there's a lot of companies that I see now that are making random day to day kind of, I guess, especially with food and drink kind of stuff. They're making a lot of these different smaller companies trying to be kind of like G Fuel and grow themselves into being that big. With popcorn, personally, I don't see it becoming that huge of a thing.
I
I'm
didn't
not
even
going to
think it
talk
was a
trash on
thing.
them in any way, but yeah, that is their thing, and they're making it. They try to grow themselves within the gaming and the content scene, and that's what their focus is. So, like you look at G Fuel, they were obviously one of the they are the largest probably company that branded themselves out of
Yeah.
the gaming and content scene because they started out with FaZe, they branched off to all these different other people, and now, you know, you got David Dobrik, you have Logic, you have all these people that are all huge people that are being sponsored by them now, and they're, you know, they're getting their own flavors, everything like that. So
Well, I don't
um
I, I don't think like any kind of food or drink company would ever be able to compare in the content creation like thing. I mean, maybe like if David Dobrik like promoted some chips, you know, maybe that would work. But like for gaming and stuff, like I mean, when you think about it, G Fuel is made for like gaming, and then they also have the side of like, you know, energy, like working out type of shit like that. So, you know, then you hit like a whole nother demographic. But like it's a product that you're using for the topic or the thing that you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you can't give like a gamer like a popcorn thing and be like, "Oh yeah, this is good popcorn," you know, but what is that relating to gaming, you know? So
yeah,
I,
exactly.
that's just my
I don't
point
know
on it. I
if
don't think it'll ever be close to a thing. I mean, unless they just hit a totally different demographic field.
yeah, and there's like I don't know if you remember them from back in the Call of Duty days. They sponsored, I think Saw, when Saw was bigger, was one of their partners, but it was Jerky XP. Do you remember them at all? They did beef jerky,
Jerky
obviously.
XP. It sounds
Yeah.
honestly pretty familiar.
They worked with a lot of organizations, just specifically in the Call of Duty, like trick shotting, sniping kind of scene back in the day. So they were doing a lot of partnerships with that. Never really grew to anything. They might still be around. I don't really know. But I remember looking into that back in like 2014, where it was like these smaller partnerships were the big thing to do. So, um, but there's another one that just recently came out, that is ran partly by one of our old general managers at Front, and that is Stream Candy. They sell chocolate.
Oh,
Or
that sounds like
chocolate's
a
one of
good.
their things, but I think they sell a bunch of different candies. But it's kind of, in my eyes, it's like G Fuel had it right in going for an energy drink, but putting it in the mind of gamers to be like, hey, if you buy this, like, you're gonna get energy. The flavors are very good, and it'll, you know, be a focus. It'll help you focus towards whatever game you're playing, and that was their marketing for it.
Yeah.
And then you look at some of these other ones, it's like, really, what can you market some of these things to? I don't really know. So, but there is a lot of different smaller partnerships like
You know
that.
what partnership
Um,
is actually pretty good? That's pretty kind of like G Fuel. It's that Gamer Grip. Actually, I have some. I don't know where it is, but Gamer Grip is like a lotion that you put on your hands, and it makes it dry as hell. Like it
I've
is
seen that
like
before. Yep.
it's like literally putting baking soda in water and just holding your hand in it and letting it turn white. Like your hands turn white. They get so dry, and it does work if your hands get sweaty like 100%, but you know that product is, you know, something that you use for gaming. So I could see that company going through the roof, you know, at some point, because that's like a
Yeah.
problem everybody has. Even if you don't have a sweaty hand issue, you're sitting there playing, holding a controller for 6 hours, your hands are sweaty. That's just, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
So
One thing I've
that's a good
noticed
one.
actually is a lot of the companies that are getting bigger, kind of like G Fuel, but they're moving more towards like the fitness kind of scene, which is weird because you're marketing to gamers, and like, I mean, there's definitely some people that do fitness stuff on the side, but like,
Yeah,
you'd
but
imagine that
they
there's not a
flipped that.
lot of people that do fitness kind of stuff. But
Dude,
like,
they had FaZe flip that all around, bro. If you don't, if you kind of like step back and think about it, like right when FaZe was moving to like LA, they were just starting to make like a shit ton of money. It was right before that. That's when G Fuel started doing the hydration drink, and they had all these FaZe members do all their vlogs all in the gyms, bro. Every single
yeah,
FaZe member was doing gym vlogs, like, so they kind of changed like people's outlook on it. Like everybody did always have the stigma, you're a gamer, you're sitting there getting fat, not working out, but like they changed it, in my opinion. They made it to where like they're like, oh, first you go work out and then you come home and you play this game, you know. So like, and honestly, it worked. I mean, look at them now. They didn't end the line. If anything, they have a shit ton of new flavors. They have like different types of healthier drinks and stuff that you can have. So they definitely
yeah.
hit it right. And now
Well,
they're in Quick Check and stuff like that. I mean, they're fucking blowing up, man. That's gonna be it's a real company now.
yeah, and another company that I know, I don't know if you know about Xset. They're an esports kind of
Yeah, I know.
organization.
I
It
know what they
was
are.
Yeah, so it was like the managers that were at FaZe. A couple of them, left that organization. They started their own thing. They're big in the Valorant scene now, but they have a bunch of different partnerships, and one of them is Ghost, and that is
Ghost is a
they
huge one.
yeah. So like I know that that one's blown up because like I go to a gym every week, and the people that I'm at the gym with are literally talking about this, and they're not within the content or gaming scene in any way. So it's like it's definitely getting outreach, but
Yeah,
they're
that's pretty
looking
good.
towards kind of content and gaming orgs. But they do protein powder, they do pre-workout, they do a bunch of different stuff. So that's fitness stuff is definitely something that a lot of people are looking into within the content side of things. Another one is what's the one that FaZe has partnered? They have a partnership with. I think they have part ownership in it. It's like the meal replacement.
Mm, I don't even know.
I can't think of the name of it, but that's another one that's big and upcoming. Mainly because FaZe is the ones that are part owning it and promoting it a lot.
So I
Um,
mean, when do you think somebody singly can even think about applying for like a real sponsorship or partnership? Maybe not GFuel, but maybe there's like a smaller company just under that, that isn't a drop shipping website that's actually pretty, maybe like the Gamer Grip or something like that.
so I don't think that it's something where you should ever be afraid to kind of apply to it. Um, just because I mean it's the same as like um, I'm trying to think. Like you shouldn't be in fear to apply to something because even if you get denied on it, there's a chance that you'll get that later on. It's like if you apply to a job now and they say, "Oh, sorry, this position's been filled," that doesn't mean that you can't fill a position in that job at some other point. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing out of it is like you start applying to these different ones, you're gonna get their requirements. You tell them, like, say they send you a message and say you've been denied for this application. Well, then you send them a message back and you say, okay, what are you exactly looking for this? What did I not have that you are looking for? So I don't think there's really a size kind of thing to it. Obviously, there is once you get the requirements and figure out what you need. Like for front, we've applied to different partnerships that we weren't able to get. There's Elgato, for example. We applied for the Elgato sponsorship, and they're looking for like 100,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, like 10,000 plus. Like they have numerical goals that they're looking to hit, and so I think if you're applying to these, you apply to a lot of them, and you see what ones you can get, you see what ones are in your reach, and you see what ones that you need to work towards. So,
So honestly,
you kind of get an idea from it.
in my opinion, like just the way that I've seen things go, if I were to get any form of like traction at all, what I think I would do and what I would suggest is like referral links instead of like focusing on like a partnership at first. Like if you have all of your referral links through Amazon for every single part that you have in your build. You can even have like a few hundred subscribers, maybe even a few thousand, and like people will like your gameplay and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, let me see what they have right here." Like, "Oh, I need to build a PC, Oh, let me get the same graphics card." Clicks your referral link. You'll probably make more money on referral links and stuff like that. Or if you're using some kind of software and you could get a referral link for just about like anything. I'm sure. I think there's even one for Streamlabs, honestly. Like if you get them to like sign up for the membership and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's definitely an easier way to go. One, I think you'll make more money, and two, getting a referral link. There's some I've seen some places have an application, but some of them honestly don't. You just make the account and they're like, "Here's your link, sell it," and you get the money. It's like pretty simple. So
Yeah, and referral links are definitely a good thing. Same with commission based products where you're looking to get people to use your specific promo code for it.
yep.
For G Fuel, for example. So like for looking at it from like an organization standpoint, for us in front or an individual, if being sponsored with G Fuel, your goal is to get as many people to use your code as possible, because obviously you're making commission on that. Their goal is obviously that they want you to promote the code, because the more people that buy, the more profit they're making, even though they're giving you partial on that.
Yeah.
But the other things that you want to look for in it are what extra, if you're a person that, especially if you're partnering with a company where you're like, I don't know that I can sell this many things off of my referral link, or off of my promo code. Say you're doing it for PCs. If you have a code for somebody, a company that builds PCs, how many people are you really going to get in a month that are buying a PC, and how much commission are you going to get off, from your sales on that?
Yeah.
So the other things that you want to look for are what else can they provide you? Can down the line, can they provide you a monthly stipend? Can you go and have them, based on the numbers that you're getting for them, can you say, okay, my numbers are worth this. I would like this much per month. Can you do that? Is it something where you can go and get something for a giveaway from them? I mean, we've done GFuel giveaways in the past. We also get free starter kit codes. So those are big perks, especially if you're looking to grow your numbers. Doing giveaways is always huge. You get tons of likes on those. You get tons of people wanting to enter. Lots of comments to grow your own stuff. So those are always very big and something to look for.
And you can use your codes while you're doing the giveaway. Like, we're
Yeah.
doing the giveaway. If you want to buy, G Fuel, use this code right here. I mean, that's mega clout.
hmm And it's like, when you're looking at some of these smaller partnerships too, like Sizzle Popcorn, for example, if it was just a thing where they're saying, okay, we'll give you a code, you get commission on how much you sell, go do it. Like, that's one thing. But I think what sets them apart from some of these other smaller companies that are hitting up, a bunch of different people that are smaller creators, um, they are giving you stuff to do giveaways. They're allowing you the chance to be able to say you wanted to host a tournament, and the winner of the tournament, gets whatever amount of Sizzle Popcorn afterwards. Like, that's a very big thing to look for, because then
That would
you're
make
able
more
to,
sense.
yeah, like, you're able to grow a tournament. You're able to have prizes based on that tournament, whether you want to offer a cash prize and you throw that in there or whatever. Like, they're allowing you to be able to do these things based on the product that they're giving you.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
it's definitely a big thing to look for. And like, the other thing that you got to look at too is, people say, okay, well, I don't want to partner with these smaller companies, because what is that really going to do for me? Like, they're so small. I'm not gonna, if I get partnered with them, it's gonna be seen as like I'm going for all these small companies. So I want to go for bigger ones. But that's where you got to know the difference between partnership and affiliate too. Because if you're, for example, we were given the opportunity to work with HyperX. Um, I'm not going to really trash them in any way if we do want to work with them in the future on stuff. But as far as what we were offered through it, they have tiers to the affiliate level. And at the, first affiliate level, it's pretty much just a code, and they say, okay, you'll get 10% of whatever you sell. Well, how many people do you think are really going to buy HyperX products in a month that's going to grow your stuff? So it was another thing where it was like, okay, we can go for companies that are smaller, but will give us more with them.
So, right here, just to change it up real quick, Mace just said how much money for J-Ben to sit on the yoga ball, and I'm kind of agreeing with him. Is there any way that you can sit on the yoga ball maybe for us, just for a second?
You can't even donate. We don't have affiliate yet.
No, I mean, he doesn't have to donate. I mean, he'll give you just like pretend money or something, or cash app you.
But my chair is pretty comfy.
I don't know. I just thought that was pretty funny. So one other thing that we wanted to talk about is like J-Ben is going to talk about like investing your time into, all different types of things like teams and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about like social media driven investments and things that I've seen like on different platforms and things that people are doing that's kind of like trending and stuff right now, like just to give people some ideas. So, J-Ben, you want me to go first? You want to go first? What are we doing?
You can go first because I'm gonna just trail on whatever you say because I don't know exactly
So
what you're gonna say.
what I mean by like social media driven investments, like this was just like my own brainstorm idea. Like I'm sitting there and I'm going through like social media and stuff, and people are making like so much content related to investments, and like I think it's a trend that maybe some people can hop on, or even make like their own content in general with it. But and by example is like the Pokemon thing. So like Pokemon was basically dead for like a long time, like it was worth a little something at one point, but then Jake Paul goes and makes the video of opening up the first edition pack, and there you go, like everything is through the roof. And now when I go on YouTube, everything is like Pokemon based. So then then I'm sitting there looking at all these people making all the investments and stuff like that and making content off of it. And it just like brings me the idea to do it. So now I went out and bought fucking like 6 different Pokemon boxes and stuff. I'm saving them. I did like a Pokemon opening stream and stuff. So I just think it's pretty crazy how like, social media can drive you to hop on trends and even get into like other investments. And, I'm all into making money. I'm all into investments and stuff like that. One other big thing that I've seen people make a lot of content on is the whole Bitcoin train. And I mean, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about Bitcoin because I'm not like a stock artist or anything, but I bought Bitcoin because I saw everybody else buying Bitcoin. And I bought Tesla because I saw everybody else buying Tesla because everybody's making content about it. And you literally see it all over the place. If you're looking at money making things on YouTube, that's what comes up in the recommended. So I thought it's pretty interesting, and I think it's also a good thing to put your money into something that, could eventually grow at some point. So, and
Yeah, and I was just gonna mention I think the Pokemon thing came before Jake Paul made that too. I think it was growing into a trend before that.
a little bit, but he blew it up, man. Once he did that thing, it would just went wild.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's channel grew from Jake Paul. Like everybody's, it was pretty crazy. But there's also different types of investments that you can make that aren't really monetary. There's like all different things like about like working on yourself and investing time in like your own social media and stuff like that. And that's what J-Ben is about to get into.
Yeah, I mean, like as far as I think we've gone over this partly in past episodes as well, with investing time, but it's like, you gotta be able to invest your time and not burn yourself out in a way. So I mean, it does come down to everything comes down to time and money in this game pretty much. So you're looking at how can I, get everything done throughout the week that I want to get done, and that all comes down to how much time are you looking to invest in this. And then there's also a money aspect when it comes down to when you're wanting to put content out there, like how much am I willing to spend on work towards design stuff? How much am I willing to spend on editing costs? Should I just learn to do this myself so I don't have to spend any time on it? But then if you take the time to learn it yourself and do it yourself, then it's burning on the, it's adding more time investment and less monetary investment. So it's all coming down to balancing it yourself. So like, for example, with Front, we have people do editing work for us. We have some members of the team that also do editing work for us when they have the time to do so and wanting to help out and everything. So there's kind of a balance when it comes down to people investing their time and people investing their money there, because we can go. We've been in the past with especially montage type content. Like if you're looking at Call of Duty montages, Fortnite montages, Rocket League, Valorant, like especially some of these smaller games like Rocket League and Valorant, when you're looking at a montage and looking at editors for that, the prices come very, very high for that. We're looking at probably close to $1,000 for a big Valorant montage. And that's, yeah.
Really?
Yep, that's.
Is it by somebody that's going to guarantee you like 100K views?
We're talking. I mean, you look at Phase's Valorant montage that was put out right when they introduced their new competitive team, and you're looking at the time that these editors are putting into it, and you're having people that do professional 3D work. They're 3D modeling these characters in Cinema 4D. or whatever program they use for it, and then they're rendering out that into edits. It gets into a bunch of crazy stuff, and there's certain people that have the
That's
technique to do
fucking
that.
crazy.
So of course, with them being those specific people, they're going to upcharge a ton. So I mean, that's why you also got to look into how much am I really willing to spend into this stuff. For a lot of what we do, if we're, we kind of debate, is it worth spending our money on it? Can we do it ourselves? If we do it ourselves, is it going to take a lot of time to do that? And if it's going to take a ton of time, are we able to do it at a price that's reasonable, or split it between everybody and get it done, where we're not overloading ourselves, spending way too much money? So I think especially with if you're an individual content creator, like I'm trying to think. Like you look at these big content creators, they're for the most part they're getting out a lot of content because they only have to do the content part of it, and they have somebody editing all of the rest of it. They don't have to do any of the editing work themselves, but they're also making the money off of that content to be able to hire that person. So in the end, it all comes down to what is going to work for you and what is the best way to spend your money in this game, really.
I think if you're younger, it's definitely worth it to just invest in yourself, man. Sit there. If I could go back in time, you don't have to be an expert in anything, but like Jay Ben said, like learn how to do the basic editing, learn how to do the Photoshop, learn how to edit your own videos, learn how to make a thumbnail, like that type of stuff. If you give yourself that freedom and like you invest in yourself and the time to actually learn it, it'll definitely save you in the long run. I'm telling you, there are times where sometimes it takes me longer to get a thumbnail or like something really quickly edited that like is like a name change or something, and that shit can take me almost a whole day trying to find somebody to just do like a 30-second job, all because I don't know how to do it. So I think definitely investing in yourself is definitely the way to go. So
Yeah. And he mentioned, I was thinking about this for a second. I was like, does age really matter into this? But then I was thinking, I'm sitting here working a 9 to 5 job all throughout the weekdays, working overtime on weekends when I have to. I don't have the time personally to put into, with the other stuff I got going on too. I don't have time to be able to put into learning to do all of this editing and design work and everything. So when you're younger and you have the time to do that, or if you're older and you just still have the time, definitely figure that stuff out. And not only can you do that for yourself, but like then you can start commissioning people for it. Like if you have a friend or a group of friends that are like, wow, you're really good at this, like you're good at this, editing kind of thing, or you're really good at making thumbnails, then they'll start, either you can help them out with it, or you'll have people looking to pay you for it.
yeah.
So that's definitely a good side to it as well. um but yeah, in the long run, if you're learning to do that stuff, putting out content will be so much easier if you can, because you look at some of these thumbnails too. Thumbnails are very, very simple, but they're also complex at the same time, because you got to know how to make them perfect. But they're also like, I talked to somebody the other day that said there's just three things to a thumbnail. And when he said three things to a thumbnail, there's just literally three things in it. Like you put a face in it, you put an object in it, and you put a background of whatever's going on. And it's a very simple thing. But if you don't know how to perfect it, you don't know how to cut things out perfectly in Photoshop or whatever it might be, you know, you're not going to have that perfect thing that's going to hit the algorithm. So,
Yep. I agree.
but yeah, so I think as far as investments go as well, there's what you were speaking on with the different trends and everything that are coming to. Obviously, Pokemon's been a huge trend on YouTube lately, and there's other things that you can invest in, not only with the design and editing work with your content and like the back end stuff. You can invest on the front end stuff too. Like, say you want to do a pack opening and you're doing that for a lot of videos, then obviously you have to go out and spend the money on this stuff. If you're looking to do tech reviews, and you are not at the level where you have people that are sending, companies that are sending you stuff to review their tech, then you're going to have to go out and buy that. and that's a huge,
Just
you know,
about
if you're
anything you
trying,
do nowadays is money
yeah,
related. Like,
yep,
unless you're like just genuinely a funny person with like good editing skills, there's no way that you're gonna do anything. I don't think. I mean, every avenue that you kind of go in, you have to like spend a little bit of money.
yep, pretty
Unless you're
much,
just making very generic content and you learned how to do it all yourself. That's pretty much the only way. But
yeah,
like you said, I mean,
and
investment wise and hopping in trends, then yes, you're still gonna have to do it. And honestly, I think it works pretty good. My stream didn't really blow up. I think I had like 7 viewers at the most. Wasn't a whole lot, but definitely if I did start posting a bunch of Pokemon content and just like J Ben said, like pay somebody to do the thumbnail, get the thumbnails real primo, I bet you I would hit the algorithm. Just because it's such a trending topic right now. And then you can lead somebody into your other forms of content, through that one video, then you just grow in your audience at that point.
yeah. So definitely, if you're spending the money on that outside stuff, it lets you stay a lot more consistent because you don't have to handle all of that stuff. Um, but the other thing with, I was talking about burning yourself out on time and not having the time to do all this stuff. There's also, I've seen people go down dark holes with, burning themselves out way too much with spending money. Like, um, Era, for example, they have gone bankrupt, I think, multiple times now. And I'm not trashing on them
So
currently
how does a
because,
team go bankrupt though? Like you think they were had that much money in the bank to where they can even be like what are they doing? They're paying like editors and graphics people. How are they going bankrupt? What does that even mean?
well, so you look at it, there's teams that are structured two ways. You either have the owners that are splitting everything for it. So like for front, for example, it's we have a lot of the upper management and owners that are splitting different costs between people. Or you look at it from an investment standpoint. Era has probably had investors multiple times with the growth that they've had on their channel in the past and on their Twitter and everything. So when you're looking at bringing an investor in, that person's giving you a certain amount of money and expecting with that money that you're going to be able to do something with it, and you're going to be able to take that money and grow it for them. And
I didn't take
if
into consideration investors.
yeah, so like if you're using an investor's money, obviously you're going to want to do the best thing with that money so that you can not only grow their money, but once you grow it, they invest more.
But they didn't.
Or yeah, or you pull in other investors that are like, wow, this person did really well with them, let's invest into this team. So you look at some of these different orgs that have gone the wrong way with that, and they spend all the investors money, have any type of outcome, they go downhill with it, and next thing you know, they're out of money. They're like, what do we do now? We
Yep.
have all these costs to be able to stay consistent. We have the biggest thing with it too, contracts. Like, you look at, for example, Obey. I know for a fact that with all the editors and designers over there, um, it's not necessarily paid by commission. It's a monthly stipend for them. So like
It's not
you look
bad
at
though.
it, yeah. So like they're looking to pay these people out a certain amount per month, and that's what they're contracted for. But say they don't have the money anymore, say they run out of an investment, or they just personally don't have the money between the people running the org to be able to pay that out, then they lose their design team, they lose their editing team, and not only do you lose them, but then they go around and tell people that you can no longer afford them. So who's going to come to your team?
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty crazy. And I guess that's
Yeah,
what happened with
it
Era.
spirals downhill very, very, very fast.
Wow.
So like I said, we've put out a bunch of money before when we were doing a lot of montage stuff for front, and when we were paying for not only our team tages but paying for all of the players montages that they want out and different stuff like that. You're looking at, let's say you have a montage that's 20 to 30 clips, that's $5. I mean, even a 20 clip one at $5 a clip, that's $100 right there. Now
Yeah.
you multiply that by 5 people in the team, that's $500.
Yeah, that is all. It does add up
A
pretty
team
quick.
taj that's 40 clips, I mean, that's $200 just for that. So it all adds up, especially if you're looking to consistently get stuff out like that. And we realized that luckily before, we heavily invested ourselves too much in it. We always knew that we could afford the prices on stuff, but that's why we've kind of switched up our stuff to more of content and more of light editing on things. So
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like definitely the way that it is nowadays, and TikTok, being something that just blows you up, and the content is right there. I would definitely say investing in content is way better than investing in an edited video.
yeah,
100%. Like half the time, people don't even watch it if it's crazily heavy. Oh my god, I can't speak. Crazily edited, and I mean, I think it just, you're narrowing your audience at that point to people that just like Call of Duty montages. When you find somebody that just likes Call of Duty and they check out a $300 edited montage, they're like, oh, nice. Like I bet
yeah,
they don't have the same reaction that me and you or other people in the community would have. Like, but definitely if you had Edril open up a fucking Charizard, like the damn video would hit 70K in 20 minutes. Like it's just totally different, and that video costed you nothing, or
yeah,
the
exactly.
price
So
of the pack.
you're looking at, especially if you can find a way between the title, even if obviously you want the video to be the best quality possible, but if you're putting minimal effort into the editing, or like, you don't want to pay out for somebody to edit it, so you're doing the editing yourself and you're not perfecting everything. If you're going to at least, spend time on making the thumbnail really good and making the title really good, you can spend minimal money and still have that hit the algorithm.
I'm not gonna
So,
lie, Jay Weeks is looking really pissed off right now. I don't know what we said to him, but I don't know. I'm looking at him right now, and he's got like lasers coming out of his eyes. He looks pretty pissed off.
but yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I was going to get into on this, because oh yeah, esports is another one. I've seen, so esports, you're mainly with that looking heavily at investors, and if somebody's investing into your team, they're not really investing into your content doing well, but they're looking into your team competing and winning tournaments. Say you put together a team that doesn't play well together in any way, you just contracted those people out. They're stuck, they're on that contract, and you agreed to pay them that amount of money, whether they, keep playing like shit or not. So, your team's not doing well, they're not winning tournaments. What are you gaining from that?
Yeah.
So you burn out the investors' money paying these contracts, and next thing you know, you're in the hole in money. So
So to basically overall it, I would say that partnership ain't gonna help you grow. Definitely, you have to grow enough to earn the sponsorship, earn the referral links, earn everything. Just like how everything else in life is. But definitely, once you do hit that point, sponsorships will help you grow to a even higher point. Hopefully, if you use them all correctly and you're doing the right things, hitting the right algorithms, and
yeah,
definitely think about making some investments.
that's
Definitely
that's
follow the trends. The trends are there for a reason. Don't be scared to follow trends.
yeah, I agree on that. But the only thing with that is don't follow trends and be late on the trends, because then you're
That's
getting
true too.
yourself fished into, you're putting yourself out into an ocean of a billion fish, and you're just one of a billion. So
Yep. But
but the other thing that I think you made a good point on is, with when you're looking at partnerships, sponsorships, anything like that, you shouldn't be going out necessarily looking for those. You
oh
should
yeah,
have them
don't.
come to you.
Yeah, I
And
100% agree.
but if you're at a level where you feel like you can make some of these sponsorships that will really benefit you, then go out and, apply to them and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you've blown up, then you're going to have all of these ones that are looking to sponsor you, and you pick the right one out of them, versus, you going out and looking for these and trying to meet requirements on them.
Yep.
So focus on yourself before you focus on, you know, catching a bag from other people.
Yep, I agree. So this is going to wrap up episode 5, boys. I appreciate everybody that came and stopped by. And to finish it off, J-Ben, get on the fucking yoga ball. Get on the yoga ball. Everybody wants to see it. Just
Nobody in the audio version can even see this though.
well, the people on the VOD, they all want to see you sit on the yoga ball. Come on,
It was just
they've been
Mace.
chanting it. They've been chanting it. There's like 40
Mace,
comments.
I'm looking at the users in the chat, and Mace isn't even in here anymore.
Oh my god, that's fucking crazy. So you're not gonna sit on the yoga ball?
No.
Alrighty, peace out, boys.
Oh no, he's in here. Oh, never mind. I didn't say anything.
Oh! Now you have to sit on it. You have to sit on it.
All right, this has been a great episode, everybody. Thank you for coming out.
He's not sitting on the ball, Mace. I'm sorry, I tried.